Our world is interconnected. We are the earth. The earth is us. The fact that our soil that we stand on is as much as part of our blood as anything else, and this is us. This is where we were birthed from, and this is what sustains us. And unless we're taking care of it, then how can we take care of ourselves?
It's a story that's been told many times. Help the earth, or very soon down the track, there'll be no earth left.
Our society isn't resilient. It looks very strong, but it's totally dependent on what happens elsewhere, not just locally, but globally.
We need to get our shit together, quite frankly. We need to get our vital goods and services sorted, because it's not going to last forever.
But this story is about love, about standing on your own 2 feet, about building a life where everyone wins, including the planet. This is a story about getting back to your grassroots. Lyttelton, just 10 kilometres from downtown Christchurch. Once a hub of industry as a bustling port town, these days the ships are still coming in, but the place is now turning heads for a different reason.
Sustainable community is one that continues in a way that's not damaging to other species in the planet. The new black is sharing with people, not ownership. So I might have a water blaster, so why do I need one? A whole lot of people can use it. So there's a shift in thinking.
They call her St. Margaret, a woman helping to bring about change. She's the chair of Project Lyttelton, a non-profit organisation that is bit by bit helping the community become more sustainable.
If you read the literature of lots of stuff that's happening around the world, it's said over and over and over and over again that it's community that's going to make a difference in this world as we are moving into this stage of climate change, financial crashes.
And this little town is doing its fair share to reduce the amount of impact it has on the planet.
I still have a car. I still use that. So I'm not. I haven't got any further down the road sustainability when it comes to travel, but I do a lot locally.
Sue Ellen Sanderlands has lived in Lyttelton for almost 20 years and spends much of her time here at the local community garden.
Well, it works on a sweat equity basis, which means if you come to the garden, you can take some produce home with you. That means that we can all share the produce, so you don't have your own home garden with 10 cabbages all at once. You can come down here one day and share a cabbage with someone else.
Nothing goes to waste. Every Wednesday, those who have more than they need can gift their surplus goods to other members of the community.
Oh, our Plenty to Share stand? Oh, that's fabulous. The whole idea around Plenty to Share is there is plenty. I'm sitting here in the garden and I'm looking at 24 lettuces around. So we can take some of these lettuces that are excess to our requirements down to Plenty to Share for anybody else to have.
Every Saturday, people throng to Lyttelton Main School, where the weekly farmers' market is held.
There's a craving worldwide to have food that is wholesome, that is fresh, that is local.
And when you buy locally, you build resilience.
This needs to be a little hub that can provide everything for itself, because no one's going to be coming to our rescue. The Navy ain't going to be coming up the street and feeding us. There's not going to be the parachute, I guess. We've got to build our own parachute, and then we'll just kind of sail along and maybe be a little bit of a beacon to the rest of the world.
Lyttelton is now going even further in its quest for sustainability by turning its local whole food shop into a cooperative.
The Harbour Co-op can be owned, I suppose, by anybody who transacts with the co-op. So the first offer is to the customers, so they have been given the opportunity to buy shares in the shop, which will allow them to own it.
Everybody who buys into the co-op is an owner.
At the end of the day, it's for us. It's not for anybody's private gain, it's for all of our gain.
That will be recycled for every time.
Including that of the younger generation.
We want to help the environment and make a change to the world.
Children from both local primary schools are learning about the importance of sustainability.
It's a great sort of experience to have when you're young. It means that when you get older and you may run out of food, it's a good way to make your own food.
They understand the benefit of what they're learning.
These are life skills that you need, and without them, the world wouldn't probably be quite the same.
But learning about the environment goes beyond growing vegetables or recycling.
They need to know that everything that they do has impact. If they drop a piece of rubbish on the ground, they need to know that that's going to end up somewhere. So, there's a kind of a duty of care there to educate them about the right thing to do.
And we have another duty too, a duty to create a world our children want to live in.
I'm looking at my children and wondering what it's going to be like for their children. And if you look longer, you get a different perspective. You make different decisions today than if you're looking short term.
John Adams lives in Summerfield and is proof that sustainable lifestyles are achievable in cities as well as towns.
One of the things that we've done as a family is to make a really conscious decision that says, actually, we need less. We have enough.
They have a veggie garden, a chicken coop, even bees.
If we can do it, I'd like to think that others can do it too.
It's all about thinking less of ourselves and more about the world around us.
Absolutely everything in the world is interconnected. So if you do something somewhere here, somewhere over there is going to be impacted upon that. We can't actually ignore what else is happening around us.
It's the attitudes that really need to change, that people have got to be prepared to do it for themselves.
And this little town with big dreams is just one of many places heeding the call for change. And they're better for it.
This is the nicest place I've ever lived in terms of friends and community.
It's just beautiful, just a beautiful place to be. It's having people around that are vastly different, yet you're all so much the same.
I can't imagine living anywhere else, so this is where I want my family to be, where my kids to grow up. And I feel very, very blessed that I'm here.
It's a story that's been told many times. Help the earth or very soon there'll be no earth left. And if the folks in Lyttelton teach us anything, it's that we can save the world and share a laugh or two along the way.